Aloha everyone, welcome back. Lisi here from Journey to Fitness, your posture and pain coach. Today I want to talk more about your feet. Your feet is so important. They're the wheels of your body. They take you places to places. And if they're not functioning well, it can ruin your whole day. Okay, so today it's all about getting to know your feet. Really take the time to look at your feet and compare the left and right side and look for any symmetry differences. Look for bunions and callus and inflammation and knots and tightness of the tissue, because it would tell a story of why you're in pain or why you don't enjoy running or jumping, because muscles are no longer functioning efficiently and it affects your movement patterns. So first of all, sitting on the floor is one great benefit. We don't get on the floor anymore, so we lose it, and it gets very difficult to get on the floor and off the floor. But if you make it a habit to get on that floor, it becomes much easier. Okay. So looking at your feet, compare the left and right side. Look at your arches. That's this area here, and rub your thumb and start pressing and dragging and move your thumb around and look for any tender and sensitive and hard tissues. A tissue that's healthy should be nice and smooth and has a nice dip in this area. But when tissues are unhealthy, they're very lumpy and hard like a piece of rock, and you can just tell. And for me, we all have deviations and improper movement patterns, injuries, past injury that affects the tissue, scar tissues. So my right is much cleaner than my left, and that's when I have issues with for my knees, but it's much better now that I've been working on my own foot. So check your arches, check the top of the foot, look for inflammation, check the ankle, feel for inflammation. Healthy tissue, it's pinch and pull, and it's very thin. You can pull the skin away. When tissue is unhealthy, it's sensitive and it's very thick. So even check your ankles, they tell you, okay? When you pinch and pull, it should be nice and thin. It's like a cat and dog. When you pinch and pull them, it comes right, their skin just pulls away from the tissue. That's how it should be. But areas that are tender and chunky, there's a lot of adhesion and dryness, and tissues are all stuck to each other, and you need to release those tissue manually. So then the next thing is to be able to move your toes individually and separate those toes by starting with holding on to your feet with your hand and spreading it. This could be very painful for a lot of people. So slowly work your way into it. And do circles and reverse the circle and get mobility to your toes, and do the other side. So there are many, many levels. Eventually, you want to be mobile enough where you're doing it with both feet. Interlace your toes together. And initially, you might need help with your hand just to assist it. But over time, you're going to be able to do it yourself when your toes are strong enough. And I've been I've been doing this for a long time, over 10 years of practicing my toes. So don't expect to be able to do it overnight. It's a process, and I start off with putting lotions on the feet so they slip a little bit better in, but mainly it's mobility, when you can move your toes at your demand. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. Until next time, remember, train well to move well. Aloha.